What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Life Creative. I'm your host, as always, Peter Whittam. You can find me at peterwhittam.com, along with all of the other episodes from this podcast series. So in this episode, I want to talk a bit about hardware and primarily the focus or the wrong focus of attention put on things. Right? I've noticed a lot of the time people tend to focus more about how they make something, the tools that they use to make something, and they talk about that an awful lot, and a lot more than they do about why they made something. This goes back to a previous episode where I was talking about understanding, what's your sales pitch for your work, right? When someone asks you, why did you make this? And, I was saying about you should be able to explain it. What I really mean is you should be able to explain why you made it and what it's about, not how you made it. Now, there is an exception here. If you're trying to, there are plenty of times where you may have to explain how you made something if you're trying to do a sales pitch or something like that, or selling a particular product or things along those lines. But at the end of the day, it's what you're making that counts, right? And we get this a lot with photography. You hear people talking about their cameras, the megapixels, the lenses, the whatever, you name it. You've heard it all, right? My phone camera with its stupidly large amount of megapixels on a ridiculously small sensor, all these things. None of that matters, right? At the end of the day, what matters is the work that you're producing with it. And that's really where it counts. And so please, please, please try to focus more on talking about and discussing and asking questions about the work itself, not the tools that were used to make the work. Yes, that's interesting. It's interesting to us as makers and creators, but it's still not as interesting as the whys and the thoughts behind the making something and how you feel about that work, right? That is universally important to everybody, or at least it should be. And to a certain portion, yes, how you made it, that's important too. But really focus, I want that primary focus to be on the work itself, okay? No one says like, hey, it's great how perfect that square is, right? They talk about the square itself, right? They don't say, hey, it's 3 pixels in from the edge of a screen, it's a half an inch in on the piece of paper, something like that. That's not, the primary focus here. The primary focus is that you made a square. And that's where you need to be, and that's where you need the people looking at your work to be. So give that some thought. That's it for this quick sort of midweek, post here. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Again, go to peterwhittam.com. You can reach me there, along with links to all the right places on all the networks to get me as well. Love to discuss this with you. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.